Hello and welcome back to Crypto Warehouse. My name is Brogan and today we are doing another simple Signal stream. Today, I say it again and again, every single stream, I always say it just before the stream, something happens either just after the stream, just before I'm about to start stream, just something within crypto happens, or the prices happen as I'm about to stream. And today is no different. We're gonna get into, if you've maybe traded within the last day, you might know what's happened. We hit a low. We crashed quite heavy. So we're gonna talk about that today. We're pretty much gonna look at the usual coins. Obviously, Bitcoin, Solana, Ethereum. If you've got any other coins you want me to cover, put it in the chat. If you're in a certain location and the chat's going really fast, just make sure you put the coin a couple times, and I will read it out and confirm that I've seen it and write it down on my list, so you know that I've actually seen your coin. But yeah, I only really look at 3 coins. I might look at some occasional other ones. If we don't have any other really coins to look at, I might look at, Slurf or Everfo, whatever you say. Some of these ones we looked at last stream. But like I said, if there's coins you want me to cover, I will look at them before I look at anything else. But regardless, the 3 coins, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, we're going to go through them, have a quick look at CoinMarketCap, see what's going on. And yeah, I guess just kind of see what's going on in general. My area, I showed you guys this Monday. The area which I've drawn, it seems to be the strongest thing I think anyone in crypto has drawn. I think I have drawn the biggest resistance area. I don't think I've seen anyone talk about it. I have not seen any other crypto people who do TA and live stream it. I don't think I've seen anybody talk about this area or this order block. I haven't seen a single person draw it. So I'm gonna pride myself on this area that I've drawn this resistance point, which we're currently completely stuck below, which we can't break above. Obviously, people are probably starting to draw resistance lines now, but I had this drawn ages ago. I had this drawn so long ago, and I don't really think anyone's looked at it. So I'm going to pride myself on that, but we're going to look at it anyway. We're going to look at it right now. Obviously, I did show my trade yesterday. It was all right, but I'm in another trade now. But I think my general consensus, I know yesterday, the last stream, my consensus was that Bitcoin's going to go up. It's going to be really positive. Obviously, no one really expected this movement. Must have been some sort of really high liquidity at the bottom, which brought these prices down. Probably in the Asian time, when that time zone of trading opens. Obviously, I'm fast asleep, dreaming away of all the gains I'm about to earn when I wake up. To my dismay, when I woke up, it was not very happy. I don't think a lot of people were very happy. So yeah, Asia really hit us. So that was unfortunate, but like I said, we're going to get into it now. So before we do, Bitcoin 66,000 roughly. It's been hovering. It's tried about 2 times now to break above this area, which I will show you in a minute. But we are stuck. Like I said, we are very stuck. We can't get above this area. So we're gonna see. We're gonna try and see how viable breaking above this area is within the next day or two, and kind of see what's going on. But like I said, it's not looking very good. It is really not looking very good. But some charts, Market Cypher might be telling us something differently. To be fair, I haven't looked at the charts since this morning, so we could have had a little turnaround, but I don't think we've been very positive so far. So yeah, Ethereum 3,324, not bad. To be honest, I can't actually remember what the price was when we looked at it on Monday. So we're gonna have to go through that. Solana's not doing. I think it definitely fell. But I think when I looked at it, it wasn't too far away from this because I was looking at Solana like it was going to go to $203. So I don't actually think we've moved too much. Yeah, you can see on the percentages, we haven't actually really moved too much on Solana. We might have actually gone up in comparison to other things. So yeah, maybe look at them. But like I said, if you've got any coins you want to cover, put it in the chat. I'll have a look. Obviously, hopefully they're actually on TradingView, and there's something which I can actually draw a chart on and it not be terrible. Because most of the coins which are being suggested to me by certain people, they're always on like Bird Eye. I have to go onto a different platform. I don't have any of my tools which I use, which is unfortunate. But regardless, let's kind of zoom out and see what's going on. So it's looking a bit messy. There's so many lines. Let me start deleting some things. Probably keep that line. One of these lines I don't need. Avoid this one. I don't really need this. There we go. Kind of clears it up a bit. Actually, I could probably go on the 4 hour as well. Yeah. So this is kind of the situation we're in. We were down here. I longed from down here, or I don't know about any of you guys, but we were basically, when we did the stream, we were about here. We were in this movement upwards. And I was like, okay, we've hit our breaker block. We're at support. We're at the heavy support now. We're coming all the way back up. This is brilliant. And then we entered back in. And for me anyway, I was a couple $100 away from take profit, and then we fell all the way back down. This was obviously when it fell down during the time. I don't know what time zone, to be fair. I actually don't know. 2 a.m. sounds about right. When the Asian demographic opened up to trading in their time frame, was probably when this all occurred. So it's been very unfortunate. I think pretty much everyone kind of lost out. I remember I watched some other traders who do live streams and whatnot, and I think some of those guys definitely got hit as well. So yeah, it was a very, very unfortunate situation. But I unfortunately did call this. If you guys remember, I was talking about Bart Simpson a lot, but I did say, now I can't take full credit. Even though I'm great, and I did literally say this looks like a Bart Simpson. We might have a huge fall down. Obviously, we fell a bit lower than I expected, but I did say on Monday, I did say this before it happened. I said we were gonna have. It looks like a Bart Simpson. We keep on moving how we're moving right now. We're gonna come all the way back down to about 666, whatever. So I did think we were gonna come down, but as I said, I can't take full credit. I didn't know how many times this would happen. Obviously, you go look at Bart Simpson. It's like, oh yeah, some charts show like there's like 10 movements and some so 5. I didn't know. Obviously, in this case, it was 3. There was 3 little like triangles, whatever, and then we fell down. So I did preface it. Obviously, I didn't really take my advice. I didn't actually take my own advice, which is unfortunate, and then I did lose out on that. But we can always recover within this next movement, which we could hopefully see soon. So let's go into it. So go back on the 1 hour. We're very stuck right now. Obviously, we're trying our hardest to get above. Obviously, we also had 66.57, which I drew. I believe it was a level from simple significance, probably on the 4 hour. I can't remember to be honest, I can't actually remember why I drew this line. I did though. Probably something back here there's a reason. But anyway, I drew it regardless. But look, I shorted, and at 4, that is very good. I'm happy for you. Was it because did you do TA and you found that, or was it a situational thing where you just saw it falling down? I'd like to know that. But anyway, I'm on the hour now, so obviously this wasn't too long ago. This was like a couple hours ago. Obviously this equal candle movement happened, which is unfortunate, very very unfortunate. So if I kind of like move this out of the way, the currency and move some significance, we've had this forever. This breaker block down here, we've had this for an absolute eternity, and I've pointed out many times we've had this for so long, and this has been the strongest thing I've seen in any other streams. Has been this line. Obviously, if you kind of look back, we haven't been able to get above it. So many times, obviously we've came above it, surpassing it, but we weren't able to stay above. So I think I said this on stream as well. Like, if we did come down to this area, and I do talk about order blocks quite often. And I do say, we can occasionally come above it even to test it, because if we're in a range of order blocks, like 2 order blocks above and below us, it's not an impossible scenario for us to go above or below these order blocks, because we need to at some point test if we can actually surpass these points and continue moving our price in a certain direction. So I'm not surprised that we have occasional wicks above, but the unfortunate aspect of this is we were stuck below this the entire time. We fell below it. This has been obviously the strongest resistance I've seen in a while, but it was unfortunately printed out during this mess of things is another order block, another bearish order block. So we've got this midpoint here, we've got this down here. We are also now basically at the bottom here, kind of getting stuck right now. So we've been kind of rocking. If I go on the 30-minute, you'll probably see it a bit. We've kind of got this as well. There's just a lot of equal movements. You can see the midpoint of this other area on the 30-minute. If I kind of align it properly, put this up a bit, we can see that the line we're going to is the midpoint. Obviously, it's on the 30 minutes, it's not going to be as strong. But it's just a mess, as you can kind of see by the amount of order blocks and equal candle movement we've had. Obviously, I'm on the 1 hour. I'm not going to look at what I've on the 30 minute. It doesn't matter. The bigger ones matter. But we have another order block here, which is going to... Because obviously, we've got 66.57, which I drew last stream before, whatever. We've obviously got this order block, which is coinciding with that area. We've also got that midpoint of this order block. And we've also got the breaker block, which we haven't been able to get above for the past 3 times we've tried, 4 times we've tried. So we've got immense resistance. But at the same time, we've fallen so far that we do have positive movement. Or we're kind of imbalanced right now. We're imbalanced. We should be, we've fallen crazy. But it's fallen so far that we've actually come below support points, which are now resistance. And Bitcoin just wants to so badly get back up to where we were, or towards where we were. But we can't, and that's why we're so high, because everyone's like, okay, we should be coming up at some point. That's long. Let's do this, that, do it. But again, we do have this order block down here as support as well. We probably also have some other areas along here. If I went along and looked, but I can't bother. I short at 70k, closed at 65, gained. That is pretty good. That is very very good. That is some good trades. So you longed at 65. That is brilliant. Actually, that is really good. So you shorted from 70k. That is really good. Yeah, that was a very mix of trades. Unfortunately for me, I longed from the bottom of this area. We came up. My take profit was, I think, within the 70,000, and we were literally a couple $100 away from it. Obviously, I know a couple $100 for Bitcoin is pretty decent, but we were so close to my take profit, but we didn't quite reach it, unfortunately, and we fell all the way at the bottom. But you can't. I didn't, obviously, by proper risk management and whatnot, I didn't lose too much, so we can still come back for another trade and take it all back. So and that's the thing. I think a lot of people might have lost out. Obviously, I do not dismay. Other people will have won in this. Will have shorted at that position. There will always be people to win. There will be people to lose. But I feel like this was like this was a crazy movement. This was a very unfortunate movement. Obviously, like I said, I'm not too surprised by it. I'm just annoyed by it because I didn't expect it to be so soon. I expected us to have at least a bit more movement at the top before we had this sort of movement, but it is what it is. But for those of you lost, again, unless you put your whole balance into the trade and didn't put any stop losses to, if you were to put your whole balance in, that's the thing. If you put your whole balance in, if you were to do that, I can't stop you from doing that, but at least put a stop loss if you can do your whole balance. But probably a lot of people lost, and if you didn't use your whole balance, like I didn't use my whole balance, just get another trade. And coming on to it, what is going to be the next trade for Bitcoin? Well, let's have a little look. So, market life has been very funny. Probably because of the fact that we're moving so interestingly, I suppose. We're moving very interestingly, moving very dodgily. It's not very good. We've got a lot of green dot, red dots. We've got a lot of hoverage going on. Money flow is very neutral and very small. Momentum not really moving at all. It's very. It wants to so badly get above. Like I said, it wants to get above all these resistance points. But we've got so much keeping us down in such small concentration. Obviously, you've got this breaker block we've had for ages now. We've got this newly formed order block, which probably gives some sort of difficulty. We've got 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, whatever. We've got that as resistance as well. So we've got like multiple points of resistance to keep us below. That's obviously being the latest one right now. We can't even get above this, measly little area, let alone all these other price points. So in terms of my confidence in going up, I do think we are becoming towards the oversold aspect of things. I just realized I don't have RSI on this list of things. I don't know why I don't have RSI. There we go. Okay, this isn't actually the RSI one. I should probably got the normal RSI. Because there's something I wanted to look at. I wanted to look at normal RSI because Mike actually had his RSI up and he had something consistent as well. So I'm going to see if I can get an RSI up. There we go. So I don't know what time frame it was, but there was a situation where the last time we came down to these depths, we've come all the way back up, and you can see how low we've come since then. I'm not going to look into it because I actually don't know in particular what time frame it's on. It might have been on the day actually, but basically there was a pattern of RSI and price movement where if the RSI did a certain thing and it came to a certain position, the price came all the way back up in a crazy way. And the RSI is actually very similar to that situation is right now. So, by his chart, we should, in theory, come back upwards. I just saw 60k in the chat. Now, I'm not sure about 60k. Seems though, obviously, we did come below. What's this? Like 3 or 4 support points. So, I'm not saying it's too rare to happen, but I don't think 2 in a row would happen. I'm not gonna lie. I don't think we'd have this sort of movement again, considering how low we are and everything. But, let's entertain it first. Well, number one, we've got this order block down here, which we have used. We haven't been there in a while, so this isn't, obviously, order blocks, you need to hit off an order block or a breaker block. It's like a wall, like a brick wall. You need to hit it with a hammer a couple times before it starts to break. That's kind of a general thing you see, because every time you hit it, you take out, because they're areas of either buying or selling Bitcoin, or obviously longing or shorting. So the more you hit it, the more liquidations you will receive. Obviously, I'm kind of waffling here. It's kind of long-winded, but these are certain areas where there's a considerable amount of people buying or selling at. So you just need to enter that area a couple times over for it to dilute and lessen that area, if you know what I mean. So you can imagine it as hitting a wall multiple times. But if you hit it once, and then like here, for example, with this order block, we formed it, we hit it once and validated it, and then as soon as we hit it, we came all the way back up. We came all the way up. So and we haven't hit it since. We have not hit it since. So we need to. I think when we hit it, we're either going to do a similar situation where we hit it and we're going to shoot all the way back up, or we're not going to break below it really that hard. But you know, to entertain the fact if we did, because you know we if we look up here, for example, this was a very strong order block and we came all the way below with one big movement. We also have this price 62.7 down here, which is also going to be support, and then we have this area. I don't know when I drew this, it was ages ago I drew this, but we also had a support point down here, huge support area down here. We have some apparently over here as well. I think this is just a general area. I don't know why I drew this, not gonna lie, but I drew it. I don't even know if this is valid, I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna delete it. I don't know what that is, I'm gonna delete it. Obviously we have some certain lines, but 60k is apparently the line if we could go back to 60k. I think there's a lot of difficulty to get it back down to 60k. I think 62k would be a huge, because like if you think like this was, we hovered over here and then we're having these bounces, and the lowest we've seen in some of these bounces, obviously we saw 59k, this was terrible, but an actual normal movement, which it wasn't a wick, which we talked about this ages ago anyway. We talked about how, you know, inconsistent this was and how artificial it was. But since then, within this kind of area, if we draw a general area, if I get the pen out, you know, we've kind of had, you know, we came up and then we bounced, and then we came up, and in theory, if we did come down, you know, we should, in theory, think we should bounce down here. Obviously, within these movements, we've had movement upwards, movement downwards, movement upwards. So I wouldn't be surprised if it was like a movement upwards and then a movement downwards. So, but you know, you can kind of see the pattern of, you know, bouncing like that. But again, like I said, either, to be fair, actually, if I'm looking at it, we could have a downtrend. Actually, it's kind of not really too. It's all right. It kind of works. But then you got this flat line here. Obviously, these are resistance points within it anyway. But you kind of have a downtrend here. Now, either it keeps it as like a pennant, if you will, or it keeps it as like an actual downtrend where we go down like this and we actually surpass this 62 mark, which would be unfortunate. But if we stayed with this straight line and then we kind of kept it consistent, I'm smelling. I don't even know what time frame this is. It doesn't even say. It's so far away. We could have. I can't even zoom out. You know what? I need to go on the 4 hour of the day to look at this. There we go. This will make it easier to see. So again, I'm going to draw this line. We kind of have. It looks like we could have a downtrend. Okay, that's fair enough. Now I'm seeing maybe something like this. So what we could kind of see, I'm kind of theorizing here. Hold on. Straight line for the pole, I suppose. And if we move that across to the midpoint here, we have 90k. So, okay, I think me and Mike drew this, and we were kind of laughing at it. You know what? I think I should just go stick to 1 hour. But I mean, I suppose you can kind of see a trend here. You can kind of see there's a pennant. Technically, it looks like a pennant here. We are entering very close to it. So within, what day is that? 20th. Couple of weeks. Give it 2 weeks. We might turn up over here, and we might go to 90k. There you go. Boom. Okay. Don't take that too seriously because it might not happen. But keep it on the cards. Keep it in the cards. You never know. Could happen. But anyway, I'm going to zoom back in because I don't like that. I want to look a bit more close range. But keep that in mind. Maybe take a tooth out, put it under your pillow, wish the tooth fairy that we get to 90k for Bitcoin. Could happen. It looked like a pennant to me. I mean, I don't know about you guys. Obviously, we need some external opinions there. But it did look like a pennant to me. And it did look like it went towards 90k. Obviously, I'm not joking, but it does seem pretty ridiculous. But again, like I said, we'll see. But what I'm kind of seeing here is something unfortunate as well, is we've kind of got this going on. This sort of action. Now, I can't remember what it's called. Help if I could spell. Now, okay. I don't like being a bearer of bad news, but where's it go from? The top, okay. I don't like being the bearer of bad news. However, I'm seeing something here. And I'm not liking it, but I'm seeing it. Where we've kind of got a bear flag, kind of. if I did from prints, it would look a bit better because, you know, these are prints and these are wicks, and it's not looking good if you use wicks. But if you look at it, you can kind of see there's something going on here in terms of a bear flag. All right. Now, where does this bring us? Well, if we go from the flag or whatnot, the full length of this, we bring it. I think it goes from the top. Yeah, about here. There you go. So it goes from the top. It takes us to roughly. It depends on where you put it. If you put it to like here, for example, it takes us to the order block we've had for ages, which is about 62.5. So, you know, 62.5. Obviously, I know you said 60k, but I think it'd be easier for us to break through this order block than it would be to break through these two lines which we've had, and this order block and the order block to bring us towards 60k. So, you know, we could have a bear flag if we continue to move how we're moving. So what I'm probably going to do is get out the long when we're up towards the top line of 6666, and then wait for this bear flag to happen, and maybe short at some point soon. So I'm kind of seeing something like that. So maybe be careful in that regard. Also with big movements where we have a structural shift. So let's kind of have a look if we might have a fair value gap. So we had consistent lows. Okay, let's just draw it. Let's see what happens, because fair value gap, I don't like looking at them as much. They don't really make me happy. But we could maybe have one. You know what? I don't like fair value gaps. I really don't like them. Obviously, I know some ICT traders, like you are. That's more on Forex anyway. But you know, ICT traders, you know, use a lot of fair value gaps and market structure shifts. I'm not too educated on that realm of TA, so I can't really do fair value gaps too well. But the order block scenario is, you know, kind of same. F6E, F4, I think the same. Or what for the bear flag? I think so. I mean, obviously chart patterns. Obviously, it's debatable if people listen to it or not. Obviously, sometimes I listen to. Obviously, some chart patterns, they have like a 60% chance of it going up. So you do need some confluence, but I don't mind them. I mean, I think what a chart pattern for me anyway. It's kind of what would you call it? It's like a simplified expression of what the data is, because obviously a chart pattern is just how the price moves, and if you can, you know, align that with a previous movement, and it happens. However, I think when the price is moving in a certain direction for a chart pattern to align, I think underlyingly it has some sort of data. It has a data reason. Like for this bear flag, for example, there's probably a data reason for this. I don't know it. There's probably a data reason for this, which you could probably measure as well, and it would work the same. But I think chart patterns for me are kind of just a simplified version of a reason of data. So I do like chart patterns. You know, I look at them. So most of the time when they've aligned themselves and they've come up on the chart, they've decently worked out. So I don't really. I know some people don't like chart patterns too much, but I like them. I think that they're not too bad. Someone is asking, what do you think? Stop investing, holding until USDT until halving. What do you think? Stop investing, holding. No, I wouldn't hold USDT until the halving, because when the halving occurs, Bitcoin's going to absolutely pump. Oh, no, as in like when it actually comes to fruition, because we're in the pre-dump right now. But when it comes into fruition, everything will be pumping. Whatever the price is of Bitcoin by the halving, 18 months till this. You know, Mike always talks about this when he talks about what's the word for it? I lose my train of thought. I'm reading chat. I'm thinking about other things. When the halving happens, 18 months after the fact, November 2025 in this case, it'll be about 4 times the price of Bitcoin it is right now. And as Bitcoin will increase, everything else is going to increase as well. Price of everything is going to increase. So for the idea of holding USDT until the halving, what I would rather do is I would try and scrape as much Bitcoin, as much of a cryptocurrency as I can before the halving. Because when the halving occurs, the price of everything is going to absolutely surge. So if you're thinking of holding USDT now, or what do you want to do with your money, what I would do is look for opportunity. Like right now, we're at 65k. This is a low opportunity for Bitcoin. Obviously, there are prospects of it going lower. So if you wanted to, you could wait for it to go lower to about 62.5k. Obviously, this chart patterns are never 100%. Nothing's ever 100% on charts. But you know, even I'll show you a perfect example of being 100%. Over here, for example, I thought it was going to go up. I was wrong. And we can see by the TA, money flow, you know, we had a really low momentum. The up was coming up, money flow is coming up. we should have really been positive, but obviously Asia opened, we absolutely just dumped. But anyway, back to your question. I would try and scrape up as much Bitcoin as I could right now and wait. I wouldn't buy after the halving because that's when the price is going to be going up so rapidly. But anyway, back to the chart. So like I said, so we've kind of got this stuck scenario right now. So actually, to be fair, this could happen sooner than we think. Seeing as though we've got so much resistance and it's kind of really tight here, I wouldn't be surprised if very soon we see this downwards movement. And considering 2 a.m., when do we have the really big dump? Here at 4 a.m. So how far away we are right now? So obviously at 10 o'clock. So about 6 hours. So down here. So about here. So roughly over here, maybe one more movement upwards and a downwards movement would be when I reckon to see ourselves move down in this case. So I'd probably, if you're in any sort of situation, probably get out at 666.50 and then maybe be careful because there might be some sort of downward movement, especially when the market's, because for a movement can't just happen out of nowhere. There needs to be somebody in the background moving this. We can't, the chart pattern, it must move. Someone's going to have to dump for this to happen. Now, is this applicable? Obviously, like I said, I don't know how applicable this is. We've had a huge movement downwards. Chart patterns don't always, line up 100% of the time. But, it is there. We do be careful of it. So I've yapped on quite a bit about Bitcoin. So I'm going to go on to market cipher really quickly, which is really rough, just to see what's going on. We do have positive money flow, but it's nothing really. I'm not really going to bother looking. We're stuck. No matter what I say, we're just stuck. It's really down to, not a coin toss, but it's down to big movements if we stay above us or not. We've had two big movements. We had a gradual movement and we had a huge movement and we came right back down. And this is concerning. Well, not concerning, but this was an equal movement. We had a huge movement upwards, and then as we touched this price point, we had a huge equal movement downwards. And the only reason we kind of stayed down here was because of the fact we have this order block at the bottom kind of keeping us up. So touching this resistance point made us fall all this way. So we have really rough resistance points above us. So it's not looking good. And Kishan, I know you're saying please market no more down. I hope it doesn't go down, but at the same time, I'm just reading what happened in front of me. And at the end of the day, that's all I do. I just get the data in front of me and read it. But anyway, going back to 4 hour, it's not looking very good. So money flow has been coming down. Obviously, money flow is kind of the representation of what sort of trend we're in. Obviously, as it's going down and being negative, we're technically in a downtrend, and you can kind of just zoom out. You can see we've been in a downtrend for quite a while now. The VWAP is starting to come down, which isn't very good. We are very oversold, not concerningly oversold. We're about at the 46 mark, so we still have room to move down. So technically, we could move down, but being down here has never stopped us before. So technically we could come down to the minus 100 mark, and that wouldn't be anything concerning, or that wouldn't be anything out of the realm of possibility. So even on the 4 hour, which is a pretty strong time frame, money flow is coming down, which is not very good. VWAP's also coming down, and as VWAP comes down, you can see as the VWAP starts to arc downwards, we can see momentum is now also starting to arc downwards. So give it a bit, and we'll probably start to see some negative movement for Bitcoin if we continue the way we're going. So bear that in mind. If we continue the way we're moving, we might see some sort of negative movement. And yeah, here's even worse. We have complete negativity. Money flow is really, really high, coming all the way down. We've got VWAP is negative and coming down. Momentum is at the 0 mark, so it's it's not like we're oversold or overbought, and we're also coming down. So really pretty much negative on the day. 4 hours looking pretty negative. On the 1 hour, we're kind of looking a bit iffy because we've been hovering, so market cipher is going to look dodgy. So you can kind of ignore the 1 hour because nothing's been going on. So the 4 hour and the day are both pretty negative. So market cipher is telling us we should be pretty negative right now. We've got this bear flag going up, and we have complete resistance where we are right now. So if you add all this together, we've just got complete negativity. I want to be positive, and we're in we're in a bull market. We should be going up. I don't want to look for shorts, but at the same time, I can't go against what I can see right now. We've got about 4 resistances above us. We've got complete negativity on market cipher. We've got bear flag. We should be going down. I don't want to say it, but I think we might come down. And the bear flag and these resistance points kind of tell us what position, what point we're going to go down to. So yeah, I mean, I think we might see towards 62.5. Not financial advice. 62.5 for Bitcoin. Let's see what simple significance says. Nothing really. Yeah. Again, God, it's just so good. Look, 62.5 basically is what simple significance says. If we hid every other line, simple significance would tell us 62.5. The line comes to it perfectly. If you want simple significance, probably one of the best indicators I've ever used, which is our indicator. I don't want to be fickle about it. It's our indicator. But look at that. I hadn't had it open the entire time. I open it as I'm about to leave. Look at it. It lines up pretty perfectly to me. It lines up like if I move this up a bit to where it's supposed to be, it goes directly to the line. It goes directly to the line where it's supposed to be. So yeah, that's a quick advertisement for simple significance. Our crypto warehouse indicator, the support and resistance drawing zones, which are dynamic. But anyway, I'm not going to waffle anymore. We've kind of looked at because Bitcoin's obviously kind of the big dog of movements. So we kind of know what we expect Bitcoin to do as we go into these charts. Again, Ethereum looks identical in terms of its market size for movement. We've got a ton of support right here. Obviously, we could slip through it pretty easily. All these lines are pretty useless. I might just delete them because they're all kind of in the way. We don't really need them too much. We can keep some of them because some of them are kind of good. But it's just distracting. I don't care if they're right or not. They're just annoying. Oh, hello. All right, well, there you go. Look at that. See, that's how good my order blocks are. For me, I do order blocks for so long, right? I accidentally just find order blocks which just work. Like I didn't even know I had that there, and lo and behold, it just works so perfectly. God, order blocks are they're my MVP of TA. The MVP of TA. I love it. But anyway. Delete some of these lines. It's getting a bit messy. I've been meaning to clean it up a bit. And now we can get some significance up. Okay, so we're basically in the middle of this area. This line is the midpoint of this range. As you can see, if we kind of do this, you can see we've got a perfect midpoint there. If we did it from these points here, we've got a midpoint. This is the midpoint. Midpoints are great as well. Bear that in mind. Order block exactly on this support point. I'm that great. I know, I'm that great. So if we had a sort of similar movement, I expect us to maybe fall below this support point, come to 3,000. I think we use 3,000 as support if Ethereum comes down, similar to how Bitcoin's kind of looking. Again, since everything's done the same thing, we've kind of probably got the same scenario in terms of like a bear flag. If we kind of maybe draw this a bit accurately, hopefully, you can see kind of got that going on. Where does it bring us to? About 3,100. If we go to the 4 hour, it pretty much brings us to the top of our 2% mark. So about 3,080 is kind of where I see Ethereum going if we do have a downwards movement. Again, the market size is going to be the same. Yeah, it's all coming down. It makes sense. It's all coming down. The world's over. See, yeah, the market size is identical. I think we're brewing to have another movement downwards. I don't want to say that because we've been moving down so much. And what makes sense is that we move upwards. And I don't want to be negative because we've been moving down so much. And obviously, with Mike's TA, we have conflicting. We don't have confluence. You know, he's saying we should be going up, and I think we should be going up. We've been moving down so much. In my heart, because you can never go down forever, you can never go up forever. My heart is telling me we should be going up, but I can only go off what I'm seeing in front of me. That's all I can say. The only thing I can go off is what I have in front of me, and what I have in front of me is downwards movement. So hopefully Solana may give us some better news, but I'm not too sure. We've been using these order blocks beautifully. We broke out of this little area, so I'm going to delete here. Do we have any other order blocks? Kind of have something down here, support. As you can see, we kind of used that here. So we've got another support. I need to stop drawing order blocks. It's like an addiction. I've just got so many blocks everywhere on the chart. I might, even though these fib levels have been great, I'm going to delete them because I can't bother to have them. So yeah, we've been using this as support. We do have quite a bit of support, but again, so is everything else. Again, 4 hour, we can see the same market cipher movement. If we were to move down, I'm not really seeing a bear flag. I mean, you can kind of, it's one of these ones, isn't it? It's one of these ascending triangles, whatever it's called, ascending crappy things. What's it called again? I can't remember what it's called. Oh, not ascending triangle. That's not it. It's one of those ones which come out. I had the same problem last time. I couldn't remember what the name was. because I don't know. I can't remember the name. I can't remember what the TA is called or what the chart's called or the pattern's called. There's a pattern for it. I swear to God it is. Hold on. Okay, I'm gonna find this. It's gonna annoy me if I don't find it. Someone last time someone pointed it out for me. I couldn't remember what it was called. Oh, here it is. Expanding triangles. There it is. Oh, this is just waffle, isn't it? So what is it? What's it supposed to be? I don't even know what it is. Is it bullish? It's a. You know what? I'm just gonna delete this. I can't bother anymore. Wait, bullet. Wait, hold on. Wait. What? But it's, do you know what? I'm deleting this. It's some waffle. Okay, then I ignore that. This isn't anything. Anyway, we've got tons of support. Obviously, symbol significance does tell us we have some sort of resistance. What I'm seeing right now, we're highly concentrated in this area. You can see, like, in this block of where we are, we've got like this, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we've got 7 considerable points within where we are right now. Like if I drew lines for it, like boom, 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 and within this, we've obviously got the top ranges of everything, which all kind of line up as well. You've got the top ranges and the bottom ranges of everything. So we've got like multiple levels of resistancy, support and resistance. There we go. Apparently spam. Comments been turned off because of spam. If you do want to say anything, guys, go Crypto Warehouse on YouTube, or look it up on Google. Find us in a certain place. Anyway, like I said, we've got tons of like different support resistances on the 1 hour anyway. So if we actually go out on the 4 hour, it kind of makes a bit more sense, or it kind of doesn't look as ugly, I suppose. In terms of if we had the similar downwards movement, if Market Cipher could so kindly appear for us, again, it's pretty much the same thing. Negative movement, pretty much the same, looks the same. 4 hour looks the same. Probably aspects of coming downwards, maybe towards the support point down here, maybe. Not too sure. There's not really like a pattern or anything like that. Maybe some sort of negative movement. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. Maybe a 8% move. So anyway, yeah, I think we have downwards movement. We'll scroll up quickly on the chat. Yeah, it is an abusive chat. Yeah, one of these platforms. It's ridiculous. Like they just don't have any sort of moderation tools. Like people should come in and do what they want. Basically, the chat. You can't do anything about it. It is stupid. Really nice after turn comments. Yeah, it's pretty peaceful for once on that platform. So sorry for you guys who are actually talking. Obviously it's unfortunate, but as it says in the chat, you can come over to that place and talk there if you do want to talk. But anyway, like I said, I think maybe coming down to the support point, maybe 173 was a big support point, so maybe there. But again, we probably have some sort of movement downwards. I don't want to say it, but from what I can see on both Market Cipher and in patterns, and in every chart I've looked at, we've got some sort of negative movement, or what's the word for it? Like prosperity. It never is 100%. It's never 100%. But prosperity is moving downwards. Let me scroll up. But yeah, anyway, that's the main coins covered. Now we're going to move on to actual coins. So 46 minutes and 17 seconds into the stream. Obviously, I need to do a bit longer because I need to have my face on here for as long as possible. But I'm reading chat right now. We've got some coins. We've got Wormhole, Bowman, Pife. I do like Pife, actually. Whoever said Pife, you've got a good taste. Haven't looked at Pife in a while, though, I think. But Pife, you know what? Pife, for me, has always been really good. Can't spell. How's it spelled? Is it like something dodgy like this? I swear I saw it then. There it is. W. There we go. Oh. Alright. Let's go on the 5 minute then. Oh, I think we're going to go down. Okay, Market Cipher's telling me down. We've got negative money flow, negative momentum, negative view up. Do we have any sort of support resistances? Do we have a trend line maybe? It's slightly looking like we might have some sort of trend line here. Damn. These coins are always rough. I think some negative movement to be had. Obviously, give it 17 seconds, we might have a big move downwards for it. I'm trying to see if there's any sort of support resistance. Here. Perfect. Hold on. Where's the square? There it is. Rectangle. Alright, there we go. Perfect. So you can see this order block. You can see we used it pretty appropriately there. Surged up, tested it. I think this will be our support point if we have some sort of support anywhere. How much did we just move down then? Pretty crazy. Yeah, I do think negative movement. VWAP's kind of coming upwards though. But again, money flow's coming down. But I suppose the VWAP matters more on the shorter time frames. It matters a lot more actually than money flow. So the money flow is coming down, but we're on the 5 minute. As VWAP is coming upwards, we might see a bit of positive movement. Maybe like a wick of positivity. But again, momentum's coming down, VWAP's coming down, or money flow's coming down. I'm trying to think, if we did even come down for it, it might be towards this top point. But again, if Bitcoin everything comes down how we expect it, I wouldn't be surprised if we break this. And if we did break it, I think the next point may be like around here maybe. Kind of works, yeah, there you go. Might maybe here. Yeah, see, yeah, so we have VWAP is coming upwards, so we do have a bit of positivity. I think if everything is moving down how I expect it to move down, again, like I said, I don't want to be negative, but if it moves how I think it might move, might break through this and come down here, which would be from where we are right now, about an 80% move down. I don't really know anything about this coin. On the 21-day EMA, we are below it, and we are bullish or bearish below it. We've got this red diamond. Again, I don't really ever look at markets FRA. But you know, VWAP is doing its thing, or the EMA is doing its thing. Again, though, things are. Oh, the money flow is actually starting to come up. Things are starting to come up. Oh, market stuff is starting to print out. But yeah, like I said, the VWAP was starting to come up, so I expected some movement upwards. But we're probably going to have some sort of resistance at EMAs, which makes sense because EMAs do work pretty well, especially on the short time frames, because you can see more candles consistently, and EMAs kind of matter pretty heavily when it comes to like shorter time frames anyway. But if I go to maybe have a little glance at the 15-minute, but there's no data in terms of here. I can only go based off chart. What's going on the chart? There's not really a downward trend. There's not really a trend. I have to look at the 5-minute. So yeah, VWAP's coming up. Money flow's actually starting to come up as well. So yeah, I think as I see the VWAP moving, literally, like I said, on the minutes, the VWAP is the most important thing over anything else. But yeah, as the price goes up, things are going to start to arc upwards. But yeah, it's going pretty crazy actually. I don't expect it to go too crazy. But yeah, I think the VWAP's going to cause this to go pretty high. But yeah, don't be fooled, because I think we're going to maybe start to come downwards due to Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana's probably going to come down as well. I think everything's going to kind of come down. But like I said, I don't know anything about this project or this token in terms of is it based on anything? Is it based on an actual crypto? Or if it's like a layer 2 is what I mean. I don't know anything about it, so I don't know if it can be based on something else, if it has more influence on Bitcoin or Ethereum or Solana, let's say. But if the market is generally moving in a downwards direction, this is probably moving in a downwards direction. And if I expect there to be so much downwards movement that it breaks support points, it will probably break this support point and come down towards here for an 8%, like an 8% move. But again, like I said, who am I to know? This is good. This is one of these coins which came out like 2 seconds ago. But to be fair, it is on MEXC, so or this nondescript platform. But yeah, on actual official places, it's only really come out like not too long ago. Actually, it's a different chart on everything else. Actually, let me redraw, because everything else is saying a different thing. Everything's saying a different thing. Wow. All right. Actually, no, it's kind of the same thing. It's kind of a different story, isn't it? I don't know. I'm trying to see. I'm trying to see. I feel like I'm going crazy. I'm just like murmuring to myself. Yeah, like I said, I'm not going to spend too much time on this. Actually, I think it might come down, but I think currently, as it stands, we're not going to see too much crazy downwards movement because obviously we've got VO up. VO up, like I said, VO up matters all the time. Yeah, it went live today. Yeah, it's going to have this crazy movement. I don't know what the applicability of other items in the market has an effect on these new coins. It probably has a decent effect on them, but they're probably their own projects and whatnot. So I guess we will see. But in terms of where it's going to go, I think if I give a judgment and it moves crazy because it's newly released, I'm just going to be wrong. But my judgment is, I think everything might have a downwards movement. As much as in my heart, I don't want everything to have a downwards movement, but the charts are telling me it has a downwards movement. So I'm going to have to go based on what the charts say. And I think it will follow suit and probably come towards maybe $1.28. That's my opinion. But again, it could be one of these crap. I don't want to make a judgment on it. I've never seen the token in my life. But, it could be one of those tokens which actually move crazy because they're not very good, so they might move down. But again, like I said, I don't know much about it. I actually don't know what it is. Bow, on the other hand, I do think we've looked at before. We actually do have some charts to look at on this. It's not looking very good though. Okay, it's probably not looking good because we're on the 5 minutes. Let's go on to the 4 hour. I don't know what the last thing happened or what the last thing was I was looking at on Book of Meme. I think it might have been a while ago. Yeah, it was over here. What were we doing over here? All right, so we had support, which we were using, and then we came up, and then we kind of used this as support for a pretty consistent amount of time. What did I say we were going to do there? I think I said we were going to come up, and we did in fact come up for bow. I think I said I was going long, but I couldn't access it, so I wasn't going long. But anyway, in terms of what we're doing right now, let me get rid of this because it's not really applicable. I think we can kind of see we've kind of been obviously bouncing, but this has been coming down. Obviously, things are starting to arc upwards, but again, things are going to be doing the same thing. If Bitcoin and everything moves down crazy, we're going to have probably some sort of movement. And we can see here on the 4 hour, red dot just pretty much printed, money flows coming down and actually moving properly, and the V-up's coming down. So maybe we might come towards support point down here, which will give us maybe a 4.73% move downwards. Look at that, the spammers have already started again. Ridiculous. Yeah, like I said, I think we might maybe test like boom boom. Like I see it's like is it a thing called like a double top or whatever it's called. I don't know. I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of like capping. You can kind of technically maybe make out it's some sort of double top. I don't know. I'm kind of waffling here. Here we go. Boom boom, and then what is it? Does it move down pretty crazy? Well, we can see, boom, boom, and then it moves down, right? I think that's how it works. Yeah, it comes below where the support point is. So the support point was, maybe here. So we are coming towards it, but it moves down pretty crazy. So I think downwards movement for Bohm. Max, I don't know if it'll come down all the way to here. Maybe to some point within the middle of it. I'm trying to see. Okay, there we go. That is a good support point. So maybe, possibly towards this point here. Probably a short towards here. I'll probably do the top end of it because it's just safer. If you want like a good risk to reward ratio, 1.5 would be pretty decent. Maybe there, but again, it's it'd have to move 5.36% upwards. So we'd have to see. But again, like I said, this double top scenario, technically it's double top. And we are technically if you maybe use this as support, we are coming below it, but as you can see, we do come consistently pretty below down this neckline or whatever it calls it. So I think downwards movement definitely it lines up perfectly with the 4 hour. We can see momentum's coming down, money flow's coming down, V-up's coming down, and is negative. We don't have an anchor trigger wave or anything like that, but it's coming down regardless. So I think a negative movement for Bohm, in my opinion. Could be pretty decent, depends. Let's get the chat. W is showing dynamics on V-up on STF. week is showing divergence on STF. What's STF? Oh, like a token or? This. What is STF? I don't think I've looked at STF. Nice if it told me the full name of it. It'd be really nice. Well, I think that is the token we're talking about. Wait, no, W is showing view events. Wait, what's that? Is W weak? W is showing view up. Oh, W is in the wormhole. Oh, is that what you're talking about? No, it can't be. Wait, what am I talking about? That was the coin I literally looked at. Oh, short time frames, right? Okay. Wait, which coin is it? What are you talking about? W is showing divergence. Is W the token? W can't be the token. No way. That's wormhole. Unless you are, because to be fair, I did actually just look at wormhole. On short time frames, W has view up divergence falling cut. I think W, I assume you mean W as in W wormhole USDT, has a view up divergence forming cup. I'm not gonna lie. What's in this? It's going, oh, right, as in this is going, oh. Right, W's wormhole, okay, good. I didn't know which part of it, I thought you didn't. To be fair, I didn't expect a token name to have one letter. It's pretty good that it's actually able to get W as one letter. So on short time frames, W is forming, has view up divergence forming cup. Oh, look at that. We actually touched this as support. I thought so. Okay, well we did touch where I think we would as support. To be expected. W is also win. Yeah, I didn't know what was going on because I thought W is in weak because on the top it says W is weak. So as in his first one was weak is showing view up divergence forming cup now and whatnot. I was like, is the weak? Which weak? Weak of what? Yeah, W. All right. So, but forming what? Like a cup and handle? I actually don't know. I'd actually look at cup and handles. To be fair, I'm not gonna lie. It's a cup and handle. I don't want to get that wrong. How short is this short time frame? Alright, well, actually, you know what? Yeah, I'm gonna actually go on quickly to Pyth though, because that is another one you look at, and I'll go back to wormhole in a minute. Right now, here we go. So let's go Pyth. I do like Pyth. I actually really like Pyth a lot because whenever I've traded it, it moves the same as Bitcoin. But anyway, let's go back to this. So I'm on the 4 hour. I do not know. But again, like I said, I don't want to be hypocritical. If I just said Pyth moves very similar to how I think Bitcoin moves. Obviously, it's not one-to-one, like I said, but it moves. Whenever I've traded it personally, obviously I know it is I always say this. It's a separate, token. It can move in its own way. Whenever I've seen it, it has moved in a certain direction, which is very similar as like a percentage number of Bitcoin. So if we go to the 4 hour, let's see what's going on. We actually are being positive for once, separated from everything else. You can see we're being positive on the 4 hour. Everything's pretty much, obviously, VO's been going up for a while, which allowed us to have positive movement momentum, and then money flow started to come for us as well. So if I didn't look at anything else today, I would say we should be going upwards towards the top end of this range. If we go to the 1 hour, we are also pretty positive, not too crazy. Go back to the 4 hour quickly. Maybe, well, actually, to be fair, kind of got this going on. I got a little bit of a support thing going on here. I drew that incompetently wrong. There we go. Kind of got something going on there as support. Maybe going back, we could also see this maybe being some sort of resistance. Actually, that's kind of bad. I don't really like that one. No, I don't like that one. I'm gonna delete that one. That's not very good. This one kind of, maybe, not really. If I go to the one, I maybe might find a different one. I like to try and find like different like order blocks, but they need to be really good. And most of these aren't very good, so I'm gonna ignore them. Go back to 4 hour. So what I would say, if I didn't look at anything else, I would say Pipe should be going upwards, and probably I'd say, you know, to what position then would it go up to? But again, like I said, you know, it does move some to Bitcoin, and the market will move how market won't. Not everything, every single item in the market will move how Bitcoin moves. But if Bitcoin moves in a certain direction, will probably move in a similar direction how Bitcoin's going. And if I expect Bitcoin to break support points and come to below, as much as I think I'm against it, and you know my heart's telling me this, we might come down towards something. So if we look, hold on, I'm kind of seeing, trying to see if there's any other like. You know what? I need to catch my chart patterns, because the thing is, like I said, like I said this before as well. Like when I look at the bear flag, chart patterns, I don't really look at them too crazy. Like I look at the simple ones, but there's some like really interesting ones. Like if I go to like chart patterns, for example, if you look, like okay, well these aren't actually. I mean, some of these aren't that bad actually. You know what I mean? But there's some ones I need to find a good example, like some triangle ones and stuff, and some rounded out things. I just like I don't know these ones, so I probably should catch up on my chart patterns and whatnot. But I don't really look at these too much. So there's probably chart patterns in here which I miss because I just don't really know all of them. Because I don't really look at them too much. New coin always follow cup handle form. No Elliott waves yet. Yeah, I noticed that. It's like pretty much every indicator. Like there's not enough data to read off like basic indicators for new coins. All new coins on day 1 to 3 make lots of cups. Yeah. Finger in the air with new coins. Yeah. Chart patterns. Or exactly. Yeah, I know. Absolutely, I agree. Can't be conventional with new coins. I know. No. Order blocks. Like it is a database thing. I talked about chart patterns anyway. Previously when I was looking at bear flag on Bitcoin, like it's like order blocks. Like they work. Like it's not like something you can go on a chart pattern. You look at it. Okay, it's a price action. It is technically the price action, but it's not like you see it on a classic chart pattern. I probably have to go get a good definition of it to be fair. But order blocks do work. They do work often, more often than not anyway, for me anyway. You have to draw the right ones. Like not every single one's an order block. Like there's some trash ones, but more often than not I will get in a good order block. Like today for example, the reason why Bitcoin hasn't gone up, obviously there's definitely different reasons. And obviously there is a resistance point. But I had this order block drawn, I'll show you it. I had this order block drawn for ages now. And we've been using it as resistance. Order blocks do work. Obviously I know I'm comparing apples to oranges. It's Bitcoin, it's not like it's a meme coin, it's just come out 2 days ago. But like I know you can't be conventional with a lot of these meme coins because they do move pretty crazy, and I was obviously being aware of that when I was saying I should expect it to move hopefully similar to how everything else should move. But again, it is its own coin and it is very new. I wouldn't be surprised if it does move a lot higher or a lot lower than I expect. But yeah, anyway, with Pipe, we've kind of got something here, but it's on the 4 hour, so it could be decently strong. We are at the support point. And things are going up. So like I said, going back to my point, if I didn't read anything else today, if I didn't look at any other charts, I just looked at Pipe, I would recommend and I would say we're probably going to go up, higher, within the chart, within this range we're in. But seen as what I've seen and what's making me, I don't want to piggyback on the idea that I'm going to go down for everything and everything's going to be terrible. But again, I can't deny what I'm reading on the chart. And what I'm reading on the chart is that we're going to break support point and maybe come below a couple steps for Bitcoin, and if that happens, obviously Pipe will probably follow suit, and at that point it is just a situation of how far we're going to fall. So we'd have to break this support point, similar to how I think everything else is going to be breaking. I've actually got, if I make that back, actually kind of have it there as well. But anyway, if I go back, I'm trying to see if there's anything consistent with support points. It's kind of uneven here. We can see we kind of used it here. If I go back, we kind of used it here, definitely at the midpoint as well. Obviously, we wicked pretty crazy here. I think this is when We wicked on Bitcoin as well, I think. I had to go back to the chart, to be fair. We slightly used the midpoint. But we have actually kind of used it, especially here as well. We use this as a support point in this random wick as well. Obviously, kind of printed just a bit below, but like I always say, I say this for every order block. There are going to be situations where you're going to print either a slightly bit or slightly below these midpoints or order blocks or whatever, because it is just in general. Thank you, Ringen. I love to see you later. Goodbye. Hopefully you have a great rest of your day. Hopefully you're profitable as well. Our calls on slower spot. Yes, I know. I noticed that. I was actually looking back on when we were looking at Solana ages ago. I did actually just delete the what's it called, the Fib levels. We were pretty right. I did 173 was right to a certain extent. Obviously, we did come down quite close to actually. I think you said 159. I can't remember what we said exactly. But these order blocks have been going pretty well, to be honest. I think I already did my TA. I think we might fall down towards something win here. But again, I think everything's going to fall. I do think everything's going to fall. I don't know. Again, I can't say for certain. But from what I've seen, we might fall. Again, but to be fair, this is actually on the 1 hour. It might not be too crazy. Share a better gift. Your gift is not even up to $50. Leave then. Just leave. I don't want to see you. I don't talk again. If I see you talk again, I'm going to ignore you. I'm going to ignore you every single time. Okay, but anyway, yeah, I do think we're going to come down to, again, civil significance, the brilliant indicator. I do think we're going to go towards 62, nearly 62.5. No financial advice there. We'd have to see. But again, we are still coming down. This is on the 1 hour. Money flow is arcing pretty heavily. 4 hours still just really negative, as is everything else. We're properly arcing. On the day as well, we're properly arcing. It's not looking very good. So I'm a bit worried about that. So we'll see. We will see. But yeah, I mean, I think that's pretty much it. I don't know. Actually, no. I need to go back to Pyth. I didn't actually say a specific price point for Pyth. So I actually will say that really quickly. We do have support, but again, we might fall below. We're falling below it right now, actually, because things are starting to come down. Pyth might be going down pretty crazy. I don't want to say down here. It's 15%. It's pretty crazy. I might say within $80 or 80 cents. Sorry, 81 cent, 82 roughly. I don't think we'll fall like towards 73 cent. That's pretty crazy. It does depend on how much we actually fall. It really does depend. But I think Pyth we might fall. We're starting to fall now. We do have a bit of support, you know, in both of these areas for Pyth. So it does depend. But for Pyth, I think we might fall a bit, similar to how I think everything else is going to fall. Pretty similar anyway. Like how Bitcoin is. It's not starting to do, but you know, we've kind of got, you know, this going on. But again, we are stuck below here. We're really stuck. We're really stuck below all these resistance points. It's been really unfortunate. Obviously, my order block's been there for absolutely ages. How long's it been there for? I drew that 6th of March. I drew that a month ago, pretty much. And it is still applicable. Obviously, like I said, there's going to be wicks out. But this wick out just allowed us to have another resistance point for Bitcoin. So, yeah, I guess we'll see what's going to happen. I do think we might fall down. The unfortunate aspect of it was I didn't expect it to be below all this resistance point. So I was hoping we might come up. But looking at what the TA is right now, I might have to get out my... might have to get along, unfortunately, soon, if this does actually start to play out properly. But I'm gonna have to wait for a bit. We're gonna have to wait for a bit just to see if it actually does start to move in this negative aspect. I was hoping we might move up one more time and like grasp onto 66.6, but I don't know. We will have to see. Yeah, it's really rough. VO's coming down, money flow's coming down, everything's just coming down. I think we're gonna have negative movement. I do think we're gonna have negative movement. Maybe towards 64.6. I don't know. I can't really say much more. There's not really much more for me to say. I've already said my piece. So it is your guys' opinion if you want to take it as opinion or not. But again, like I said, I just read the data. I read what's in front of me. I try and apply as much as what I know. Oh, I'm not saying I'm a 4-year expert in, like a professor in technical analysis, but, I try my best. And I think most of the time it works out pretty well. The majority of times when I lose is to situations like this, where we completely just get trashed out at 4 a.m. because the Asian markets are open and everyone just trashes the market. Because they go, oh, look, we've got a bunch of, longs down here. We're going to go liquidate them. And I can't, is it short squeeze or the other one? I can't remember, I'm not going to lie. But the only really times we lose out, I think, and it's not like our bets, the ones we have on stream, are wrong. It's because everyone else has the same thing. I think Crypto Lifer, like, he lost a lot, or not lost a lot, but I think he lost majority of his trades either from today or yesterday. I don't know how everyone else is doing, but from the other content creators within crypto, which I've seen within today or yesterday, whenever it was, when this properly happened. Today actually. Yesterday, I suppose, depending on when it was. But within today and yesterday, like, they either had a blank slate on their positions and they would either long or short, and they were waiting, or they were doing the wrong trades because I was watching them and realizing they were doing the wrong thing, or they had trades open and they were losing. So I think a lot of people lost it. Again, like I said, people are going to lose, people are going to win. Kishan did absolutely brilliantly. He shorted at the pretty much, is it 70k? I think he shorted out pretty much the top of when this whole thing happened. A brilliant trade actually, to be fair, because he basically got in at the top. That was a pretty good trade. I believe you said he longed at some point. Yeah, I mean, I have a long in right now. I might abandon ship. I'm not gonna lie. It's not looking very good. I didn't expect it to look this bad. I'm not gonna lie. I think yesterday I must have got into the trade. Can't remember exactly. I didn't expect it to look this bad. I did not expect it to be so negative. But again, chart patterns are never 100%. Things can happen. Marcus Cypher, when we were up here, Marcus Cypher was telling me we're going to have a heyday. We're going to be so high right now. And then, the market's open and we don't. I need to find the heat maps. I need to find I need to see if I can find one which gives Bitcoin heat maps, or just crypto heat maps in general, because they are helpful, because it's actual data. So like down here, for example, where's this? What's all this? I actually don't know. I've never used a heat map in my entire life. Let's go for like 24 hour, I suppose. No, what's all this? 646. When's that? 646. Would you look at that? So what's the full point? All right, let's go over like a week, and then see when the next considerable point is. Where are we? We're here. Okay. You see, we've got a lot up here. I believe these are crazy. These are crazy points. We've got so much up here. Like 72. Obviously, they're probably lost out right now. 64.5. When's that? Oh, that's there. Okay. But yeah, like I said, I don't know. I need to get good. I need to learn how to use these. I think these are really useful because this is data. And the thing I emphasize a lot is when I try and use TA and use different strategies or use different indicators, I want to go based off data. I don't want to go off like a percentage plus of like a floating thing or some crap. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, I know all indicators are basically data. It needs to read data, but I want to go off like, this is pure data. This is how many longs, how many shorts. This is what makes up the market move. This is what makes up the market. And I believe, obviously, the big trading, like, we've got corporations, but the big collectives, they go based on liquidating things. So if I could try and read that on stream, it would help so much. But again, I just don't have a platform which is brilliant for that. I need to look into it. So, maybe soon throughout the streams, you might see me looking at heat maps. But I need to find a good one. I'm not going to send you a Bitcoin. I have $5. Can I make $100 in a week from it? You definitely can. I think, it depends on how you trade. If you need to really risk it. Like, you need to go do big leverage trades, and you need to be like doing it. It's doable. It's very, 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 very hard. It's doable. I think it's super doable. You need to have pretty much every trade you need to do is it needs to be high leverage. It needs to be a fast moving coin. It needs to be a high percentage moving coin with high leverage. So it's a double whammy. So you need to put a lot of risk on it. and you need to use your entire balance every single time you do it. But you know, if you think about it, how many doubles is that? It's like you double 5 to 10, 10 to 20, 20 to 40, 40 to 80, and then a bit on the side. So you need double. You need to do a 100% trade a day for a week or something like that. You'll get more of 100. So maybe it averages out to 80%. Let's say so you need to do an 80% trade a day. But like I said, it can be doable. Like, don't have little faith. I think if you really spend a lot of time like looking for the best trade, you need to maximize. You need to maximize as much as you can. You need to do high leverage on faster moving coins. I don't know if you can do it over Bitcoin. I'd have to look into it in terms of the math. But you need like an 80% trade win every single day for like 5 or 7 days for you to do it. But like, yeah, I think it's doable. I do think it's doable. I have faith. And again, like I said, like you need to risk it every single time, but it's $5. It depends on how you want to do it and how much time. It depends how much time you want to spend it. But if you think you can just put $5 into something and get $100 at the end of the week, that's not gonna happen. But yeah, anyway, I think that's it for the stream. So thank you all of you for suggesting the coins. I think Bitcoin's going down. My heart is telling me I don't think it should be going down, but from what I can see on the chart and things, everything is pointing downwards, and I don't like it, but it is. So, like we do have. I try to look at heat maps. I don't have. Like I don't. No, I don't want that. I'm trying to find heat maps. Obviously, they cost money and stuff, and like, that's not the one. There's some heat map thing. Like this will work probably. I think I'm once a week, but it's gonna be 125k soon. Yeah, hopefully. I mean, to be fair, I did actually draw this on the 4 hour, I think. I need to hide everything though. We did. I think we drew this a bit. There was a pennant. I'll draw it again. To be fair, actually, it was like a big old long thing. It took forever to draw. But in terms of the bet of 125k, it's not out of the realm of possibility. If you kind of look at this, where does this take us? This takes us to about 90k exactly. After some wait, exactly 90k soon. 24th of April, 94k. I call it right now. 20th of April, 90k. We're gonna have a pump on 24th of April. I'll write it in my arm with ink. But yeah. I think we might go down. But in terms of what you said, around 60k, we do have. If I open some significance again, this. Where am I? I'm on the wrong thing. Yeah. So on the 4 hour, and what I have everywhere, it takes us to 62.5 roughly. But you said 64k roughly. Well, on the 1 hour, which we will see resistance within the 1 hours. So you can see here 64.5. I think 64.5 will be some sort of resistance as well. So who said 64k? Let me find it. Hold on. Where's the comment gone? Yeah, Ozar. Alright, yeah, around 64k. Yeah, around 64k. I mean, well, to be fair, we've got 64.5k drawn by some significance, and you can see here my order block, which I've had for ages, is about 63.9. Yeah, Ozar here. There you go. Yeah. So you can see I've got 64.5k by some significance, which is a dynamically drawing support resistance. We've got the order block I've had for a bit ago, quite a while now, which basically says about 64k. But in terms of the 4 hour and how negative we are, this bear flag, which again, chart patterns, they never always act fully. It takes us to about 62, roughly 62.5 or 62.8. And will it go above that? I hope so. If it doesn't go up after that, I need to pack my bag or something. I need to move into a hostel and live off bread and water and nothing else if it does go down. But again, like I said, we've gone down so much. My heart is telling me we shouldn't really go down much more. My brain wants me to balance it out, but I can only go off what I see. And from what I see, we've got this bear flag. We've got complete negativity on Market Cypher. Things are really negative. So we're gonna have to see. Give it a couple hours and whatnot. We'll see. But will it go off like that? I think if we hit 64k, 63k, that area, we're gonna go up at some point. I think from there is when we go up. And if you line that up, interestingly, if you kind of see, we're on the 4 hour here. So look at this. I need to end the stream soon, but I want to talk about this actually. So order block, I've had this for quite a while now. If we go off the, okay, so picture this with me, okay? I want everyone to put on their imaginary caps. I want everyone, my liquidation at 52k for Bitcoin, yeah, you're safe. You're fine, I'm not gonna lie. Kishan, you are safe. Put on our imaginary caps, okay? Put on your magic caps, okay? Now picture this with me. So if we zoom out, we can kind of see there is a bull pennant. I think this is a bull pennant. Yeah, this is a bull pennant. So we can see, you can kind of squint. If you avert your eyes from all the mess in front of us, you can kind of see. You can kind of see. Let me get the brush out. There is a bull pennant within here. Huh? Bull pennant. Interesting. Okay. And where does the bull pennant take us? I already showed you this. Oops. The bull pennant takes us to pretty much 90k exactly. So in terms of for saying it will go down then jump to 100k plus, well, I think we'll stay within this range a bit. 24th of April to the 25th of April. I'm gonna etch it in my arm. I'm gonna write. You're gonna on the 24th of April. You're gonna see the camera. It's gonna be pointing to my wall, and you can see Sharpie all over the wall saying 24th of April. We're gonna hit. We're gonna pump it 24th of April. I'm gonna call it because if I'm right, I'm gonna point it out, and if I'm wrong, hopefully everyone here will forget that I said this, and we'll have to bring it up. So, yeah, don't remember this, but I will remind you if it happens. At the halving end, it's going to go up. Yeah, I mean, when the halving starts, it's going to be crazy. It's going to be crazy, exactly. But yeah, like I said, but what I was pointing out was, if we kind of imagine the pennant of what I've just drawn, the pennant, it lines up with the order block. Exactly. So we might actually not go down to 62.5. We might go to 63.5. 63.5 might be my area because it lines up with the order block and it lines up with the pennant. But obviously we can wick a bit below. Like here, for example, we wicked a bit below. Like what percentage was this? This was a 1.7 wick down. So if we go from here and go to a 1.7 wick down, the 1.7 wick down is basically here. So you can see here, we're within here. We can see 1.7. We could probably wick towards here, but this is a really long-term pennant. This is a long-term pennant, so we might wick occasionally. But like I said, I think the pennant, you know, you might see a 90k Bitcoin soon. We might see a 90k Bitcoin. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm waving my hands. I'm casting it. I'm magically shrouding my words. So if you guys forget, I will remind you. But if it doesn't go well, then, you know, I guess, I don't know what I'm going to do. I'll probably won't remind you guys and we'll ignore it. But yeah, like I said, we're around 25 minutes in the stream. It's been a brilliant stream. Thank you to each and every one of you who've been in the chat. New people, old people, any people. Don't care who you are. You could be anyone in the world because it doesn't matter to me. You could do anything. You could, I'm thinking about this. You could be in prison for 26 years and I wouldn't question it because you're supporting the channel. And you want to better yourself. Watching this, you're bettering yourself. So 50k too far, my friend. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I don't think 50k is in the book. I'm not gonna lie. I don't think 50k is there. Zaharan, do you have Insta? I do have an Insta. We have a Telegram as well, which is more on the side of crypto. I just thought, yeah, if you have Telegram, I think I can say this. If you have TG, I think. Go into the description, or put your Telegram handle. Where can I do? How can I do this? Okay, I don't know. We don't have a link on our description in the place you're in right now. But if you have Telegram, message the TG, which is the first one in the description. Message them, and you will get added to the Telegram, which is the Crypto Warehouse Telegram. You know what? I could probably put it on the screen, right? I'm sure I won't get banned or anything. Okay, the best I can do for you is put it on the screen. The link to it, because I can't copy it into the chat. I'm not signed in. But what I can do, I can. You know what? Yeah, whatever. I'll just put it on the screen. Here we go. So, What? I just realised I haven't looked at my camera. I'm being cut out by my green screen. Look at this. Oh wait, let me up the light. Still cutting me out. I didn't realise this. No one decided to tell me this. Whatever, doesn't matter. We're at the end of the stream now. I'll fix it for the next stream. Doesn't matter. Okay. Alright, so the best I can do. Why is it upside down? There we go. Alright, so that is the TG. If you want to go join us, that is more prone to. I do have an Instagram. I don't post anything. You can add me. But the Telegram is where we are for crypto related things or talking or whatever it is. So go put it on the screen. There it is. There you go. I did not put it on the screen. You didn't see it. I didn't decide to put it on the screen. I sneezed and like it glitched. I didn't mean to put it there. It glitched. I'm sorry. I didn't have that. I had it on my clipboard. It took it back. It wasn't my fault. But there you go. So there's the that's that. Yeah, there you go. Great stream, good information. Thank you very much, Kishan. I appreciate it. I really do appreciate that. Let's go waiting on signals. Well, you know, if you want any of the indicators, simple significance, this is the main indicator. Oh, not the main indicator, but this is the indicator. Look, you see that? Look how great it is. 1 hour. The order block. Oh, well, 64.5. There you go. See that per simple significance is drawn there, and I didn't have to do any of that because it is an automatic drawing. A support and resistance zone thing. So if you do want it, come join Telegram. I can give it you alongside the other indicators I use on the screen. If you want any screenshots of charts, I can send you. If you have any questions, put it there. I've rambled on. The stream's been great. Thank you, all of you, for joining. Some people, you know, like the old people, the new people, and like I was saying, you could be in prison for 14 million years. I probably wouldn't ask about it. I'd probably just let you join because you're trying to bet yourself. And thank you. And I appreciate you spending your time, all of you here on stream. So thank you, all of you. And for comments as well, because I know some people, they join the stream, they might be new, you know, they might have watched a couple of times. You know, you don't have to talk. You can just be here. That doesn't matter. Just being here and watching the stream is all that matters to me. But talking, just an added bonus. I get to speak to you guys. You get to ask me questions. I don't ask for anything apart from supporting, but anything on top of that is more than welcome. So thank you, all of you, each and every one. I'm going to put it on the actual screen now. Join that link if you want to talk. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it. So thank you. Goodbye.